why confront your pain? Why not just escape? Why not push things away and forget about reality, forget about your pain? Why not just binge Netflix constantly or run away into drugs or sex or whatever it may be? And this is a question I've been considering a lot recently. Just at like a fundamental spiritual level, why not just run away? Why not just escape? And people, especially in the spiritual circles, say that everything is just love, like you want to love yourself, or the universe is infinite love. There's a lot of talk about love, but when you get down to these kind of darker states of consciousness, these more contracted states where you feel powerless and power hungry, you feel like everything can attack you, you feel vulnerable, but also super prideful, and just you can't see clearly, essentially. And when you get to these states of consciousness, it very much doesn't feel like the universe is all love, sunshine, and rainbows. It very much feels like the universe is hell, and that everything is hell, and that the world, it just can't be escaped. Like there's just some misery, and it just can't be broken out of. And so, if you're very content, the question might not have arisen in your mind, why face your pain? Because you're probably naturally just like, oh, I face my pain out of love and out of respect for myself. And it's just a natural part of my existence. You might not even have thought that far into it. It's just like, of course, you're going to face your pain. How else is it going to get better? And if you're in that situation where your world is hell right now, where you are just suffering and there doesn't seem to be a light at the end of the tunnel. I've been in that situation, and the answer to why face your pain when you're at that state, it's not a satisfactory answer. And but it's the only one that kind of actually held up against my cynical lens when I was suffering, I guess. And that's just very simply, if you don't face your pain, you're just going to have more pain later. And I know this isn't like some revelationary idea, and it seems quite common sense, but yeah, when you're in those depths, you don't really think about common sense. You're just kind of fumbling around. You're like free falling. You don't know. You're just tumbling around. You don't know what's happening. And yeah, the bottom line I understood was basically, if I don't face my pain now, there's just going to be more pain later. And of course, like it doesn't end and it doesn't finish there. It might begin there when you're when you're at these lower vibration emotions, but it doesn't end there. Of course, like you start developing love and self-respect for yourself through facing the pain. Like once you start facing the pain, you start respecting yourself and you start loving yourself way more. And then that just turns into like a positive feedback loop where, because you love yourself, you treat yourself well. And because you treat yourself well, you love yourself more. And then it just kind of spirals upwards. But when you're at rock bottom, you're not thinking of these happy sunshine rainbow spirals. You're just thinking of, why do I do anything? Like, why am I going to do anything with my life? Like, why like get up in the morning? Why not just doom scroll for the entire day? Why not just watch a bunch of movies, play a bunch of games, do a bunch of drugs? Like, that's what you're thinking. Like, why not? It's painful. Why would I not just run away from that? And yeah, this video is basically to tell you there isn't some grandiose answer. There isn't some satisfactory answer. It's simply just the way the universe works, that if you don't face your pain now, you're going to have more pain later. And this is completely inevitable. Like there isn't a secret loophole. There isn't a way to jump out of this. you have to confront and be aware of your pain. And through that, you can start developing some self-love.